Hi everyone, it's Michael again. I wanted to talk about something that an opinion of mine, an opinion that I think is right actually. Now, the opinion is based around that I believe that you can believe in aliens and evolution and a myriad other things, which classical Christians don't really believe in, but you can believe in them and be a Christian at the same time. Why do I believe this? Because I believe that a lot of the Old Testament is nothing more than allegorical. If you look at the evidence from archaeology, from primary texts in ancient history, and from the sciences, we can safely say that they're not what we thought they were. They're actually something far deeper than we could have imagined. Now, why do I think this? I'll tell you. And here's the greatest proof that I can give you that the Bible itself reveals that it is allegorical. Okay, so in Genesis 3:1, we are revealed this verse. Now the serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. Any beast of the field. Okay, so the serpent is a beast of the field. Okay, you got that? Now we go to Revelations 22. The serpent of old, who is the devil and Satan. So the serpent is the devil and Satan as one. So he is both the alienator and the deceiver. So the serpent, who is the devil and Satan, who is also a beast of the field. So that means the devil and Satan are a beast of the field. Okay? Now we can safely assume that perhaps beast did not necessarily mean the animals that we know of today. Rather, beast refers to something spiritual. Spirits, you see? So we can safely assume that. Now, by saying that, we can say that the rest of Genesis, the first part of Genesis, is allegorical. And who's to say that the rest of a lot of the Old Testament isn't allegorical? Some of it is true, but some of it is also allegorical. Some of it's historical. Some of it is allegorical. And we have to accept that. I understand that most people want something firm and solid to believe in, but I think life is a lot more complicated than that. I think reality is far more complicated than we think it is. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. Why did knowing good and evil get us kicked out of the Garden of Eden? I'll tell you. The Garden of Eden is a paradise, blissful union with God, where we walked with God, which is revealed in Genesis. Okay. The very idea behind God is that he is all powerful and that God is the final decider of all things. Okay? So regardless as to what we know, God will make the end decision. And God is beyond reason. God is beyond this universe. If God wills something, he can make it so. That's if we so believe it. That's if we so believe in God. For there is Romans 13:1. For there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Okay. So now I believe we can safely say that the eating of the fruit is symbolic for our indulging in the idea that God's will and our own wills are separate. Okay? By thinking that our wills and God's will are separate, we disconnect from God. We lose our connection to God. We're no longer in that eternal, that blissful paradise that we once were, where all things were one and there was no separation between anything. Which, if you study philosophy, you'll find this a lot. And there are even Hindu philosophies about this idea. I'm not a Hindu. Okay, so knowing of an answer does not necessarily mean that an omnipotent being will be powerless to stop us from obtaining something, from obtaining that thing. For he is an omnipotent being, like I said, beyond reason, beyond logic, beyond this universe, beyond laws. He can do whatever he wishes. Okay, so that's my idea on the fruit. And if you don't think that the fruit is symbolic, go back to where we talk about the beasts. And if you can safely say that the beast is symbolic, then you're standing on shaky ground, because it's very likely that the whole Garden of Eden is symbolic and is a reference to our minds. That's all. And this moment of non-duality that we used to abide in until things became separate. And from this separation, women became like chattel. So yeah, maybe we should go back to the way God intended it for us, for men and women to be equal, which is what I think all Christians should do. Oh well, that's about all I want to say. God bless you all. And also, evolution is true. I promise you this. We can track the evolution in microorganisms. There is so much evidence for evolution. I promise you it is true. There are so many planets out there in the universe. There's bound to be some of them with alien life forms. So I promise you that there are most definitely alien life forms in this universe. We haven't found any. That doesn't mean there aren't any. This universe is vast. So yeah. Okay, that's all. I hope this gives you something to think about. And thank you any atheists who watch this. Wishing you well. God bless everybody. God bless you all. Thank you for watching this. God bless you.